Figured I'd show you some of what I've been doing. You can see here that I've got the dash out. The reason I took the dash out, there was a few pretty good reasons, but one of them, I never did paint underneath the firewall, underneath the dash, the back side of the firewall. It was never painted, and all of it was still rusting. So I cleaned it the best I could and just kind of Rust-Oleum'd it. I'm not done yet, still have to do this corner. What else I wanted to show you the entire time I've drove that car, which is about 2 years, I didn't have anything over the heater core hole. So all that air just kind of ran in the car. And that was fine during the summertime, but if you were trying to drive it with it cooler outside, it would freeze you to death. So that's my original heater box, and this is one I picked up for it. It also came with a newer heater core that I might see if it's leaking, and if it's not, I'll run it, and if it is, I'll buy one. But that's not a factory one, because that should have said, I'm guessing, Harrison on it, and it don't. But at least, I have that. And somebody at one point in time had took a floor mat that I swear looks like an original Chevelle floor mat, and cut it to make the little rubber isolator. So at least now I have a heater box that I can put in the car. I might have a heater core. I figured what I would do to test that heater core is hook it up to those two hoses and just let it run, and if it leaks, I'm getting another one, and if it doesn't, then I'll run it. It's not like it's not hard to change those. What's the worst thing that happens? It gets my carpet antifreeze soaked. But if you can see here, I've got the inner fenders out. I've got a good one to go back over here. The one that I had on the passenger side I wasn't happy with, which is why I took that one out of that red car. I just kind of got it laying here. But if you can see, it's flattened. It's bent where the red car hit that bank. So, and it's got some rust across the front, but I can patch this, and I'm pretty sure I can knock that back out. Alright, so I showed you, having a dash out. The two things being that I needed to do was paint the firewall, and I needed to do something about this wiring. Most of this is actually in pretty good shape, but what wasn't in good shape was the glass fuse holders. You can look down in here at the 3 or 4 that are still on it. Those are still on it because on the back side of this, there's a female spade on a wire that hooks to this, and here you hook your things up, like your lamp wire and your well, that one says ACC fused, so like radio, lamp, ignition fused. Can't read this one. But these are where all the tack wires hook up to this. Besides the brown one, all the rest of them hook into this. So, well, they hook into that and that wire. I think this is the turn signal wire. In other words, it would have hooked into here. But since this is a factory blinker tack harness and console. I mean harness and cluster. And here's your console harness over here where that hooks in. I've got it doubled back over, and this is it. Here's your fan speed rheostat wires, fan control switch. Should be the factory radio wire. I couldn't even find that before, so there's a few different reasons why I took it out of the car, but the main thing being you just couldn't find where things went. I still need this flasher. I want to try to find a used square one like that one, because I want that one to be in there. I bought a new one for this one, but I may end up having to buy a new one for this one and just kind of zip tied up. But brake lights, you know, I've got no idea, but if you unhook this, the starter won't work. So I'm assuming that's that purple wire. And this is your reverse lights. So I've got it hooked directly up to that. But the reverse lights worked, you know, they worked before. Oil pressure gauge, temp gauge, all amp meter, I think, and gas gauge. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I guess if you made it to the end of it, I've got a new phone now finally, so tell me if this was any clearer than the other one. High definition. At least it should have more storage and stuff than the other one had. So I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, and bye.